Hey everyone, the Powwow guy here, Rob Phoenix. Just with my weekend update. It's Saturday, May 15th. The moon is in Cancer. So, where we're comfortable. The moon tells us kind of where we're comfortable, where our emotional interests are, that sort of thing. Uh, Cancer involves the home, our memories, our mothers, our childhood. So for me, wanting to be at home, nothing new. I'm always at home. So my son's out playing with friends right now, and Bill and the neighbor Alec went out to, for dinner and drinks. So it's nice. Now, Bill and I worked all day on the patio that I've been complaining about for 2 months. Um, it's really coming together. I hauled stone. I did things that my body has never done. I mean, I'm an accountant. I'm in an office all day and working with like numbers and ledgers and register tapes and receipts and bank accounts. So for me to spend a day off hauling stone and moving these great big flat like flagstones, and because we don't have any kind of machinery, and Bill and I are not contractors, so we're both like office workers, but it was a hard day's work. I mean, we started around 8:30, and at maybe 5 o'clock, we said, "That's enough. Our bodies can't handle it anymore." My hand was swollen this big for no reason. My knee was swollen, so it just felt good to shower up and set it aside. But looking out now, it's really coming together. So the patio, it's possible we can finish it tomorrow. We have to run out and get a few more supplies for it. Uh, anyway, it's very likely we'll finish it tomorrow. But because of the patio going in around our pond, we realized we have to extend one of our flower gardens, and so that's a big job. And we need more rock because we have everything aligned in rock. And then I have to cut the grass because that's getting out of control. So there's a lot going on in our yard right now. But the whole point of this long, boring story that you don't care about is while we were building the patio, I put, like, first you dig out where you want everything. Then you have to lay this, like, layer of, I guess, I don't know if it's limestone or soapstone or whatever. It's like gray rock that's really dusty. And then on top of that, you put something called stone dust, which is basically those gray rocks, like ground up into little granules. And you put like a real thick layer of that on there. And then you like get these big, huge flagstones that kind of like shake them in, make sure they're level, which is really hard. That's the hard part of it. But anyway, what's interesting for those of us who care about powwow is once the gray rocks were down, before we put the stone dust down, I put a powwow charm in for protection for our property. Now, my property is filled with powwow stuff. Uh, every garden has something in it. I have religious relics. I have brock bags and talismans and amulets and paper charms. I have stuff everywhere on this property. There is so much powwow going on my property. It's kind of ridiculous. So someday when I'm dead, this property can be like a mecca for people who need powwowing. You just come here, and by the time I'm like dead, there'll be so much powwow going on here that you'll just like be instantly cured when you walk on my property. That's actually not true, but it's fun to think about. So anyway, I have to add powwowing into everything, and I did that in the patio. So by the time it's finished, hopefully tomorrow, fingers crossed, it's going to be great. So anyway, today was perfect outside. Wonderful day. Great day to get stuff done. So moon's in Cancer, we know that. Later this week, the sun moves out of Taurus and into Gemini. So that means we're going to be a little more social, a little more like getting out there in the world. And that's good because it coincides with everyone getting vaccinated. That's so important. Get a vaccine. If you believe the vaccines are bad, you're wrong. Okay? Get that out of your head. Get the damn vaccine. All right? You'll survive, I promise. There won't be tracking beacons injected into your body. You won't have drones flying around inside of you. You'll be fine. All right? And once everybody has the vaccine, then we're good. I feel like things are shifting back to a new normal, better than it was before. So, hooray for that. What else? Oh my God, my garden. The potatoes are like ridiculous. Now, I know you can tell when a potato is like, the potatoes are kind of ready to be dug up because they get like a flower. They're not there yet, obviously, which is good because I just planted them like 2 weeks ago. The onions are out of control. And the tomato plants, now I put those in as plants. I did not plant seeds. So I put the tomato plants in. They're about an inch high when I put them in the ground. And they're still only about 2 inch. Tomatoes are kind of slow. But then once they take off, they really take off, and then they take over. The herbs that I transplanted from pots into the garden, as soon as I put them in the garden, like the next day, they were just like lush and gorgeous and wonderful and huge. So they really like that. We have very healthy soil in our garden. Tons of fertilizer. I mean, it's really good soil. So anything that gets put in that garden is pretty much guaranteed to be awesome. What else? Weather-wise, the weather's going to be really nice this week. This upcoming week. Now, today the high was around 75. That's going to be kind of the average for the next week coming. There are even a few days reaching into the 80s, which I'm really looking forward to that. With my Ghost Club, I'm part of a paranormal investigation team, and we use all this scientific equipment, do investigations, and try to solve people's ghost problems. It's a lot of fun. So we're having an event on Thursday, which I'm really looking forward to. Now, Thursday, unfortunately, we might see a little rain here in south central Pennsylvania, but yeah, it might just be spotty showers. And so much can change between now and then. And I think a lot of times once it reaches over 80s here in south central PA, our weather forecasters say chance of storms. Because once it gets humid. But it doesn't mean we will have storms. Anyway, I guess that's really all the updates. For dinner tonight, I just roasted some veggies. They're in the oven now. They smell fantastic. And if you ever want to know how I make my roasted veggies, I take Brussels sprouts, fresh ones, like the real ones, slice them in half, chop up potatoes in little pieces, onion. I used orange, sweet peppers, cauliflower. And then you sprinkle a little bit of garlic over it. You can't use fresh garlic because when you roast fresh garlic, it's not the same. You have to, unfortunately, use the dried powdery stuff. It doesn't have all the benefits of garlic in it, but it'll roast up and taste great. And I use crushed red pepper and some olive oil. Put it all on a pan with parchment paper. Put them all in there. Put it in the oven. It smells fantastic. Can't wait to eat dinner. But that's it. Hope you all had a great day today. And I hope you all have a very happy Sunday and an upcoming week. I hope it's awesome for you. And yeah, that's all I got to say. So I love you guys. And God bless you all. And we'll talk soon.